and welcome to Loving Literature. This time around I've had to put Loving Literature with Miss Chowdhury. So today we are going to continue with my video from last time. We are going to continue with Little Women. But this time around we have a really special viewer with us, and that is my second daughter, Rhea. Hey Rhea!
Hi!
She's decided that she wants to join in and that she would like to be present, so I said she could come along. Do you like reading, Rhea?
Yeah.
Do you read every day?
Not every day.
Imagine that, viewers. For a mum that loves reading every day, the little one doesn't. She is fairly good. You do try, don't you, to try and squeeze in a little bit of reading here and there, but she is very good. Right, so Rhea will be with us for quite a little bit of the video, and then I think she's going to disappear because it's coming up to someone's bedtime. But I am going to continue now. So last time we were looking at the relationship between some of the main characters in there. So we're focusing on the Little Women. So that was the four sisters with their mother, and we were looking at their relationship with the father, the whole family unit. And I was saying about how beautiful I find that it is. You may disagree, and you may argue back with me, and I'm completely happy with that. The four women are very, very different. I think my Raise here is a little bit like our little Jo, free, wanting to do her own thing, very, very opinionated, dominating, very strong. And then we've got the elder sister, Meg, very homely, wants to create that loving environment, you set up for marriage, etc. You have then Beth. Oh, now Beth, my favourite character. Well, Jo is actually my second favourite. She is a bit more weaker, a bit more vulnerable, but just such a loving character. And then there's Amy. Well, what can I say? And that is the subject of today, Amy. Amy is not, in my eyes, not what you would want as a sibling. She drives me round the bend. And again, you might think I'm being tough. I mean, obviously she starts the story off quite young, so why am I being so cruel? But there's just so little I can find redeemable about her. So today I'm going to read you a little bit, and then we'll see. I'll ask you some questions at the end as well about her. So we've got this little bit that I'm going to read. You can't sit with us, for our seats are reserved, and you mustn't sit alone, so Laurie will give you his place, and that will spoil our pleasure. Or he'll get another seat for you, and that isn't proper. When you won't ask, you shan't stir a step, so you must just stay where you are, scolded Jo, crosser than ever, having just pricked her finger in a hurry. Sitting on the floor with one boot on, Amy began to cry, and Meg to reason with her, when Laurie called from below, and the two girls hurried down, leaving their sister wailing, for now and then she forgot her grown-up ways and acted like a spoiled child. Just as the party was setting out, Amy called over the banisters in a threatening tone. You'll be sorry for this, Jo March. See if you ain't. Fiddlesticks, returned Jo, slamming the door. They had a charming time. Sorry, got a bit of a dry throat today. For the 7 castles of the Diamond Lake was brilliant and wonderful as heart could wish. But in spite of the comical red imps, sparkling elves, and gorgeous princes and princesses, Jo's pleasure had dropped of bitterness in it. The fairy queen's yellow curls reminded her of Amy, and between the acts she amused herself with wondering what her sister would do to make sorry for it. She and Amy had many lively skirmishes in the course of their lives, for both had quick tempers and were apt to violence when fairly roused. Amy teased Jo, and Jo irritated Amy, and semi-occasional explosions occurred, of which both were much ashamed afterwards. Although the second oldest Jo had the least self-control and had hard times trying to curb the fury spirit which was continually getting into trouble, her anger never lasted long, and having humbly confessed her fault, she was sincerely repented and tried to do better. Her sisters used to say that they rather liked to get Jo into a fury because she was such an angel afterwards. Poor Jo tried desperately to be good, but her bosom enemy was always ready to flame up and defeat her, and it took years of patient effort to subdue it. When they got home, they found Amy reading in the parlour. She assumed in an injured air as they came in, never lifted her eyes from the book or asked a single question. Perhaps curiosity might have conquered resentment if Beth had not been there on inquiry and received a glowing description of the play. On going up to put her best hat, Jo's first look was towards the bureau, for in the last quarrel, Amy had soothed her feelings by turning Jo's top drawer upside down on the floor. Everything was in its place, however, and after a hasty glance into the various closets, bags and boxes, Jo decided that Amy had forgiven and forgotten her wrongs. There Jo was mistaken, for the next day she made a discovery which produced a tempest. Meg, Beth and Amy were sitting together late in the afternoon when Jo burst into the room, looking exciting and demanding breathlessly, "Has anyone taken my book?" Meg and Beth said, "No," at once, and looked surprised. Amy poked the fire and said nothing. Jo saw her colour rise and was down upon her in a minute. "Amy, you've got it." "No, I haven't." "You know where it is." "No, I don't." "That's a fib," cried Jo, taking her by the shoulders and looking fierce enough to frighten a much braver child than Amy. "It isn't. I haven't got it. Don't know where it is now, and don't care. You know something about it. You'd better tell at once, or I'll make you," and Jo give her a slight shake. "Scold as much as you like. You'll never see your silly old book again," cried Amy, getting excited in turn. "Why not? I burnt it up." "What? My little book I was so fond of and worked over and meant to finish before Father got home? Have you really burnt it?" said Jo, turning very pale. Her eyes kindled and her hands clutched Amy nervously. "Yes, I did. I told you I'd make you pay for being so cross yesterday, and I have so." Amy's got no further, for Jo's hot temper mastered her, and she took Amy till her teeth chattered in her head, crying in passion and grief and anger, "You wicked, wicked girl! I can never write it again, and I'll never forgive you as long as I live." Meg flew to rescue Amy and Beth to pacify Jo, but Jo was quite beside herself, and with a parting box on her sister's ear, she rushed out of the room, up to the old sofa in the garret, and finished her fight alone. And that's where we're going to stop reading for today. I'm going to say goodbye to my little one here because it is nearly bedtime. Okay, so you're going to pop along to over there. Say bye-bye to the audience.
Bye.
So, first of all, I just remembered I should have said this at the beginning of the video. There's some background noise that sometimes happens. In my last video, you could hear my little baby screaming a couple of times. She was playing with her sisters in the other room. And you might hear the excitement from my husband as he's playing a game next door. So, a few questions back to the book now. First of all, in that scene, I blame Amy. I think she shouldn't have burnt the book, no matter what the two sisters are doing. And this isn't entirely Jo's fault. They're going off for something, they're much older, and they're going off to do something that's suitable for their age. And Amy should not be one to tag along. I don't see how Amy can possibly feel this is right. And therefore, I think what she did was atrocious. And I do not believe that that is what she should have done to her sister. But it's, what do you think? Do you think that? Or do you think I'm being tough? At the end of the day, Amy is young. She's only, from what I remember, 12 years old. So why am I blaming her? Well, I've got the little ones at the background throwing things as well. Also, I want you to think about Jo's reaction. I've just said that want to take Amy's side, but am I wrong here? And also, these two have a very up and down relationship. They do get along, but there's something underlying here, and I want you to think about that. I want you to look at, well, what's their relationship truly like? How is it mirrored in this scene? Is there ever going to be a genuine love between, is there a genuine love between the two sisters? So I talk about the fact that I think this family unit is so close and I love it, and I missed out on being a sister to, well, I am a sister, but having a sister. And I'm super proud of having 3 daughters and so happy about that. But am I misseeing this scene? Am I misreading things? Am I being unfair on Amy? They're the key sort of questions I want to chuck out there, and I would like your responses in, because I'd like you to share your thoughts and feelings with me. So please pop a few comments in the comment box and I'll be more than happy to read them. If you're watching and you happen to be my student, then you know how to contact me. So drop me a little line and I will message back, hopefully. So this is obviously taking place in this isolation period. I hope that every one of my viewers stays well, and I shall be back very, very shortly with not Little Women, but I'll be choosing a different novella to look at, probably Pride and Prejudice. Take care, you all. Look after yourselves. Night, night.